Here we are in episode number 4 of the New England Patriots franchise. Last week, we annihilated the Dolphins off the map of Miami. So, we're looking to carry that momentum forward to this week. And speaking of a rebuild I did earlier, the Steelers, who were playing this week, we do have some player renegotiations. Marcus Jones, a pretty good return man. He hasn't really developed into a quarter that I think would be worth signing. He's 5'8". If he has a good season, we may think about bringing him back, but I doubt we'll offer him anything close to what he wants. Cole Strange, he's 27 already. He hasn't really developed. I don't expect him to develop. So, don't expect him to be coming back to the team. Is there any other ones? Marcus Epps will probably be letting go of him. He'll be 30. Jack Gibbons really just depends on his season. Maybe bring him back for depth. But other than that, I don't think so. And then we gotta accept the option for Christian Gonzalez. Now, we do have to set our regional focus scouting. We're going to set this one as corners. This one we're going to set to wide receiver because we don't need quarterback. And I have this one set to wide receiver and safety because we need safety really bad, to say the least. And then we're going to set this one to offensive tackle. There's a top 5 wide receiver, 3 top 5 quarterbacks, and an edge rusher. The wide receiver's a little bit interesting. You don't really see them that often. You see them more a little bit in the top 10 range, but yeah. Well, the Steelers are an 83 overall. We are also an 83 overall, but their defense is insanely good. The best defense in the league, in my opinion, as far as veterans goes. They have experience. Now adding Jalen Ramsey, going to be a pretty good defense, although they didn't show that in week 1 against the Jets, who they allowed 34 points. So, and I forgot that Jabril Peppers got traded to the Steelers, so let me know in the comments if you want me to make that trade back him to the Steelers. Here we are in Foxborough, Massachusetts, in Gillette Stadium. A beautiful day in Foxborough indeed. No rain this week. Although, get used to seeing some rain as the season goes on, because that's what they're used to. It rains a lot, to say the least. The Steelers only gained 268 total yards of offense last week. Last week we gained over 400, so hopefully we can continue our defensive success and our offensive success as well. Chris Boswell off to kick this one, and here we go from Foxborough. Marcus Jones will take the return up to the 33, and out comes the Patriots offense. Drake May, there's his last season's stats. The thing that impresses me the most just happens to be the rushing yards. For most quarterbacks, they're pocket passers, and I just like his ability to get outside the pocket and the availability to make plays. We're going to throw a screen, or not a screen, but a whip route to Diggs for a first down up to the 45. Alright, let's see what we can get going with Stevenson here. Stevenson runs into his blocker, but it still gains 5. Alright, let's give it back to Stevenson again. See what he could do on it again. Stevenson had a little bit of room. If he could break that tackle, that's a big gain. Let's get Henderson in after this play. Stevenson finding a little bit of hole. Stiff arms the safety. It's finally brought down from behind by Sean Elliott. Good run by Stevenson. Gibson checks into the game now. It'll be a handoff. Only a gain of 1. Alright. Let's see what we can get going on this pass play. We're going to drop back with May. We're going to find Douglas, but is broken up by Darius Slade, the new Steeler acquired from the Eagles. Find Henderson out of the backfield. Henderson making a good move. Henderson, first down, up to the 23. All right. 1st and 10 from the 23. Let's get Stevenson back in here after this play. It's a read option. Henderson picks up the tight end block, and he is finally brought down. He gets absolutely demolished by Jalen Ramsey, but still, great run on the read option there. Good block, good way of following his blockers. If we go to the outside there, that's most likely getting tackled short. Alright, let's see if we can get into the end zone. Touchdown, Ramondre Stevenson. He is in the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the Patriots running back room starting to heat up here in Gillette. Great blocking there. Alright. On defense now, 7-0 is your score. It's going to be play action, and we are at our ankles just got absolutely cooked. Gain of 8 for Pat Freiermuth, 8 receptions for 62 yards and a touchdown last week. 2nd and 2 now from the 38. Rodgers, play action. Peppers, and somehow they both get mossed by DK Metcalf. You've got to be kidding me, bro. Come on, man. They just got absolutely mossed. That should have been an interception all the way. Then again, we didn't really get that much pressure anyways, but still. Like, we're 2 there, and, like, nobody could tackle him either, because that's just that fast. He's 7. And we are now at a tie game. May in the Patriots offense will come back out. We're going to leave Gibson in to block. We're going to find Diggs over the middle for a game. Just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We're going to hand it off to Stevenson, who picks up first down now from the 39-yard line. Find Gibson out of the backfield. Gibson, good speed, turning up field. We're going to get a handoff here for Stevenson. Let's get Henderson to check in after this. And Stevenson's picking up some great blocks up the gut. We're just really trying to run down the clock here. We don't want their offense to touch the ball. Good handoff. We're on a fake screen here on 3rd down. And we are sacked by Cam Hayward. Aye. And that'll end the first. 7-7 is your score. It is 7-7. We gotta come up with a stop here. And wide open through the middle. Jalen Warren first down up to the 32. First and 10 from the 32. It's going to be a handoff. Hawked down from behind by Marte Mapu. Gain of 8. We're going to use our Duggar. Run a little bit of man coverage. It's play action. Oh my goodness. Kyler Duggar, you're so slow, bro. You've got, if that's anybody with like a little bit more speed, that's an interception. No doubt. Loss of 1 there. Alright. 2nd and 11. It's going to be play action. And DK just goes back to the ball. That was a terrible throw, and DK Metcalf just saved Aaron Rodgers' butt. My goodness. Here you go. 7 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown is Ramondre Stevenson. We're on a little RPO here. Most likely going to hand it off, but we're going to bring Diggs in motion. Find Diggs. Good. Alright. Let's see what we can get going with Henderson. Henderson finding a little bit of space. Making a good move there. First down from the 46 now. Alright. Let's give another carry to Henderson to the outside. Henderson finding a little bit of space, making another move up to the opposite. Alright. They have 1 deep safety. We're going to send 2 post routes. Find Hooper, the backup tight end. He breaks the tackle. Hooper in green grass. First. Alright. Alright, we're gonna bring in Stevenson once again. And that was almost intercepted. Bad throw. It was a great route, just didn't read the linebacker correctly. We're gonna find Williams. Gain of. Alright, and Stevenson back in the game. And that's a first down. Alright. We're going to find Diggs underneath for about 8. Alright. We're going to give him a handoff. See if we can get in the end zone. Stevenson up to the 4. We are in the red zone. Alright. May's just going to roll out and find the end zone. Drake May playing very well here in New England. Just finding the open space to the outside. And that's a touchdown. Alright. First and 10 from the 33. Rodgers will drop back to pass. We're there. He breaks the tackle. Duggar forces the fumble. And somehow they get back on it. How, bro? How? I didn't even realize it was fumble until the play wasn't called dead. Wow, we may need to get a deeper look at that. That was a big hit. And DK Metcalf's just wide open, bro. He just trucked somebody? Is DK Metcalf like the cheat code in Madden 26 or something? That man literally just trucked our cornerback. And he's a receiver. I get it. He's built like a tight end, but still. That guy just got bullied. Carlton Davis. And then just trips up Jabril Peppers, allowing him to get it to the end zone. Come on, man. Travion Henderson, 4 carries for 48 yards. Playing really well. Alright. Alright. That's almost an interception. Somehow he catches it. Somehow breaks the tackle and is able to get in there. Like, actually catch the ball. And just get a catch and run. 5 catches for 52 yards now is Diggs. First down. We're going to let the clock run. We're not going to call a timeout here. Big hit. Shouldn't have taken that hit. We're going to call a timeout. Alright. We're going to get a handoff here to Stevenson. Stevenson making a good move. He fumbles. Ramondre Stevenson gets absolutely punished. My goodness. And now the Steelers have possession of the ball. And Patrick Queen just absolutely murdered him. I just wish he would have held on to the ball, but still, bro. And now comes DK Metcalf of the Steelers offense. Once again, we better be playing cover 3 deep. That way he doesn't get back. I'm going to set Christian Gonzalez to go on DK now. After this play. Alright. I'm going to call timeout. Alright. Now we have Christian Gonzalez on DK Metcalf at all times. Missed the tackle. Warren fighting his way forward. 17 seconds left. Alright. He finds him underneath. Are they going to have time to get it off? Alright, let's see. Is he just going to go deep or is he just going to throw it away? He is sacked! To finish the half is Christian Barmore burying Aaron Rodgers in the backfield. Can we take this momentum? We will find out. 21-14 is your halftime score. Let's take a look at the halftime report around the league. Patrick Queen obviously forced the fumble. Very big play. We could have at least got a field goal out of that. Halftime report is here now. Looking at the first game. A divisional matchup between the Dolphins and the Bills. Who is that? Is that Quinn Ewers at quarterback? Finding what looks like to be Nick Westbrook-Akine making a move. Did Tua get injured? I'm going to have to take a look at that after this game. That's... Because I believe that's Quinn Ewers at quarterback. Carolina versus Atlanta. Bryce Young breaking the sack, finding across his body down in the end zone. That looks to be Ian Thomas. The backup tight end. Bryce Young just played very well so far this season. Alright, and our last matchup we're going to take a look here is the Bengals versus the Vikings. Joe Burrow scrambling to his right, going to take it to the pylon. Touchdown, 14-7 at halftime. Joe Burrow 20 for 25, 173 yards and a touchdown through the air. You can pause and take a look at all the rest of the scores if you want to, but if not, we're just going to get right back into this one. We did get ball to start the first half, so we're going to try to contain the Pittsburgh offense. DK already has 4 receptions for 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. Drake May's played decent. And we just missed the tackle. And now we're taking bad angles. Come on, guys. Bring him down. Alright, now he's... Why is he not on DK Metcalf? I don't get it. Is that only in, like, man coverage or something? And I don't understand why Christian Gonzalez is not there already. Why are my zones flipped? A bunch of time, bro. Why is he having so... Like, that's a good 10 seconds I could count, at least. And he's going to find Jalen Warren underneath. Aaron Rodgers is looking like prime freaking Tom Brady right now. Oh my gosh, this guy has not missed a pass. Am I really going to have to adjust my sliders to make sure this never happens again? Cause now comes Ramondre Stevenson, 10 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. Is that not like offsides or something? Thank you, but like still? Cause like I see him in the neutral zone. Like, Patrick Queen, what are you doing, bro? And cannot dig. 3rd and 3 now. Fine Diggs against JPJ. 1st down now. Henderson is checked into the game. Get to the outside is Henderson. Gain of 7. We just really can't find any space. And that was just... He just got locked. Alright. Here we go. And we can't hold on to it. Come on, please. I don't know what to do here. And we didn't get it. You've got to be kidding me, bro. Come on. Offensive line, bro. All you had to do was wash him down. Push him to the right, bro. We're probably going to lose this game because of that. And that DK Metcalf just not being flippin' human. Like, there should be no reason that DK Metcalf should be putting up unhuman-like stats. And there should be no reason he's holding on to that ball either. Oh my gosh. This is only the 3rd quarter too. We just gotta get a stop, bro. Man coverage. And now they're... At least Spillane can catch up to him. Why can't you do that while you're in coverage, brother? Please, bro. I just want a break. And now we can't even get... This game is over, bro. This is terrible. Henderson's having a good game, I guess. We're gonna have to try. Henderson, good burst up the middle. We're just gonna have to... 2nd and 1 now. And Drake May misses that pass. Alright, let's see if we can get Henderson. Up the middle. Get out of the way, Onwenu. Can't even... Pass interference. Thank you. Thank you. We finally get a break. Alright. And we got Stevenson. Alright, let's see. 2nd and 3 now. We're going to snap it. And there we go. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. We still have a chance. We're down by 2 scores. The defense is really going to have to step it up, though. Alright, defense. Come on, guys. Alright, here we go. There should be no reason he's completing anything. There we go. We get in. Alright. Alright. Here we go. 3-10. 3rd and 10. Thank you for not catching that, DK. We got the stop we needed. We just need to start picking it up. Alright. In the hurry up. Alright, we're gonna have to call timeout. Alright. Alright. There we go. Good throw. Okay. Throw it up. Just get swatted down. Sin Williams on a streak. And drops it. Come on, man. 3rd and 10. Alright, we got a good gain there on the screen. Here we go. See if we can get anything going, bro. Okay. 2nd and 8. Aye. 3rd down. Oh, come on. 4th and 5. There we go. Good catch. Alright. Let's see if we can get anything going. I'm sorry if I'm not really speaking a lot. Just trying to focus in. Alright. Sin Williams on this slant. Alright, that's a touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the end zone. We still have a chance. It's a 1-score game. We have 1 timeout left. Here we go. We just barely get the ball off before he gets smacked. Here we go. Alright, we just gotta make one stop. One stop. There we go. Loss of 1. Alright. 2nd and 11. 5 wide. Alright. Good tackle to Christian. We're gonna blitz everybody. Aaron Rodgers is gonna step out, scramble. And Harold Landry is injured. Usually our last timeout. And they're just going to take knees. That's going to end this one off. We don't have a timeout to stop it. That's how this one's going to end. 28-35 is your final. Here we go. 35-28. Your final score. We dropped to 1-2. Steelers advanced to 2-1. Coach Vinatieri is happy with how his players fought, but the defense really just needs to step up. If we would have got the if we would have got that fumble, we would have probably been... If we wouldn't have fumbled and we would have got the fumble that we forced on defense, I think we would have won the game. That's how this one's going to end. I have to adjust the QB sliders for sure. I am DW signing off. Have a blessed day.